big protest expected, big march expected this afternoon. And we're going to check in now with Stephen D'Souza, who's been monitoring it for us from the Queen's Park area. That's the Ontario Legislature in downtown Toronto. Stephen, what can you tell us?
Well, Peter, since we last spoke in the last hour, we've actually moved just a block south of Queen's Park, and I just want to show you now the scope of the crowd that's here. You mentioned the various groups and the various issues, and as you can see behind me, there are at least 10,000 people who have gathered here for a range of issues, everything from anti-war to the environment. Labor groups are here, a number of various ethnic groups. There are so many people here all gathered to protest the G20. I want to bring in one guest here who's Zoe Caron from WWF Canada, and your issue is the environment, and climate change hasn't really been on the agenda here. So what do you have to say to the G8 and G20 leaders?
Well, it's the first time in a very long time that climate change has been pushed off of the agenda. So that's, I guess, the first element. Second piece is that polls have come out in the last week or so showing that Canadians actually rank global warming as the top issue that they want to see on the G20 agenda, while at the same time it's actually the lowest performing issue of Canada as the host country. So very interesting play there. We're looking for two things really. One out of the G8 is transparency and the money that countries are giving to developing countries to help develop their renewable energy technologies and adapt to climate change. Second piece is last year in Pittsburgh, huge commitment to phase out subsidies to oil, coal and gas. This year they're due to put their plans and timelines on the table. Huge issue particularly with respect to the Gulf oil spill. We want to roll back those subsidies. This is a commitment that's already been made. We're just trying to hold them accountable to really pulling those subsidies out.
How confident are you that you can hold those leaders to account?
Well, it looks like it will be in the communique. It looks like the subsidies issue has been weakened a bit to be a voluntary issue. We're hoping that countries will be coming out with their commitments. India came out yesterday, big deal. They said they're going to phase out their subsidies to oil and gas. U.S. is pushing it really hard. They're going to save $54 billion in the next 5 years by phasing out those same subsidies. So we're hoping Canada will follow suit. We have $2 billion a year in those subsidies, and then we can transition those funds to go towards renewable energy and climate change funds.
Thank you very much, Zoe. Good luck with your protest this week. So, Peter, there you have it. The crowd is just marshalling. They just finished up the speeches here, so the crowd is just marshalling now. They're going to head south on University Avenue towards the fence where the summit site is, but they're going to stop a few blocks away and head west before circling around. But I can say, though, that while about 98% of the people here are going to be peaceful, we do know that there are some elements who have posted online and who have spoken out saying that they aren't going to make that turn and are going to continue straight towards the fence, and they are groups that are anarchists who do not believe that the G8 and the G20 are a legitimate organization, and they're going to cause some trouble later today, and so we're going to be keeping a close eye out for that. Peter?
All right, Stephen, thanks very much. We will keep a close eye and see whether their threats to cause trouble, in fact, do materialize, and if they do, what happens as a result of that.